The 2017 Loretta Lynn's Remastered series is brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATV MC and Lucas Oil.
He weighs in about 138 pounds wet with the gear and a 10-pound barbell in his hand. 0% body fat. We'll see. Jack Lambert and Chewy Gruey.
We'll bet a McDouble on it. How about that?
We'll bet a McDouble. We don't have
Yep.
There it is. There it is right
Yep.
there. We'll bet whatever Jason's eating. Who do you got? Ah! Chewy Gruey got chopped off. I'm not sure.
Don't see my guy out. I know my guy Lambert's on a Yamaha, so.
Oh, not
You
going
got
to be
a
Jack
Cowie out
Lambert in this
front.
one.
It is Gruey. How about that? So your leader, your whole shot award winner was Rodney Carrier, but John Gruey out front. You're on a yellow card here, so you're on thin ice here, Jimmy. You're coming in hot there. I can't even hear myself. That's probably a good thing. Already opened a commanding lead, Jason Wygant. Got a full mouth. What do you think about this race so far, Jason, with a full mouth of
Not
McDouble?
surprised at all. You know,
It's a delicious
Very
race
fast.
out there.
Always impressed when we come to Loretta. I was just happy this time.
Wow. So Jason with a mouthful of stuff, McDouble.
That's really like I had 8 sandwiches, really. It's a McDouble.
It doesn't count if you don't have the bun.
Trying to
Kind of don't want none.
No.
Unless it's got buns, hun.
knock down,
Exactly.
knock down those carbs. Here
For this
comes
battle,
Barry.
Earl May and Barry Karsten duking it out.
Oh,
Oh, Karsten stuffing. How do you stuff someone from the outside? I think he
It's
actually did
OBC. He can do anything.
That was a
He's
reverse
incredible.
stuff.
Barry Karsten taking the lead. Plus 50 class.
that. Oh, I think
used
it's
to race
Gruey out
Barry
front.
Karsten.
That's second.
There's Gruey
You would
way-
think he's in the lead because the lead that Gruey has is so
There's
gigantic.
Gruey right there.
There's
Oh,
John
man.
Gruey.
OBC
That's
guys.
a big gap for 1 lap.
Barry Karsten has his work cut out for him. Let's get some live timing rolling across. See some of the names.
You're about to get it. There you go. John Gruey, number 70 on the Kawasaki, a fan favorite. The crowd goes crazy. All the plus 50 moms out there in love with the single and ready to mingle. John Gruey. I tried to get him set up. I gave him his Tinder profile. He was down at Minnie O's. I don't know if that changed. He was looking for a partner on the way home to kind of hang out from Minnie O's back in Florida. Yeah. There's Barry Costin second. Earl May is third. Terry Bidlack fourth. And Don Bosflug in the number 5 spot. Michael Keating taking some time off from being an actor, hanging out with us in the number 6 spot.
I'm Batman.
Yes, I am 6th place.
Hey, Karsten riding well today. Had a big battle, Jimmy. Buddy Antonez and Barry Karsten
Really?
went at it.
Plus 40.
In the 30,
Or-
plus 40, yeah. It was good, and Barry made the move, and Budman told me he passed me. He was going at 1,000 RPM and somehow went around. Just went around the outside at 1,000 RPM and passed me.
I was so disappointed I missed that plus 40 race. That looked awesome.
Well-
Brownie and all those guys.
Well, that's exactly what it was. It was Brownie and all those other guys. Because
The
Brownie put a woman
just-
down.
Yeah, well, obviously, man. That guy was winning enduro crosses last year.
Right,
You know, like-
right. There's no retirement for
No,
Mike Brownie. He just
there's
went straight
not.
into it
He's going to race outdoors next year. You wait.
and come back out.
Yes,
And
come
back out of
back.
the amateurs.
Full circle. He's got to win a Loretta Lynn's title.
Only
He's
a
gonna
handful
go
of
back.
riders have ever turned pro and returned to the
Yes.
amateurs.
Yes. No, that's Ricky Renner.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's true.
yeah, he did.
But
Return to amateurs.
follow his plight. It's pros to enduro cross to amateur, back to pros.
Yeah.
What if
And
Mike
then enduro
Brown,
cross one more time.
What if Mike Brown wins the Horizon Award this year?
He
What are
could
the
be
odds?
the most promising rider coming
He
out of
could
the amateur
be.
ranks. The 44-year-old
Send him to-
upstart motocross superstar of the future.
Send him to Motocross Nations.
Both
I'm
him
ready.
and Barry Higgins.
Him, Barry Carson, and Rhino.
Why not?
There's our
All 3
Nations
of them.
team,
No,
yep.
John Gruey. Let's send Gruey,
Gruey,
Mike Brown,
and Earl
Barry-
Pearl.
Earl May. He's solid
Yeah.
too. He'll be an alternate behind. I got to go with Karsten
And for this is the Nations team.
this
Yeah.
year.
Not a vet deal. The team.
No,
the
the
team.
team.
Okay,
The,
Mike
the
Brown.
Motocross of Nations.
Mike Brown and Osborne. That would be not a bad tandem.
No, that's good.
Very similar.
Yeah. Muddy Creek.
We'll race anything,
born
anytime. Same
kids.
area. Yep. Husky guys. And they ride Husqvarnas.
Tough break.
Oh, we got a
28.
stall.
Stalled it out. That was Don Bosflug.
Got a problem with the Bosflug there.
That's a soft P. That's it.
Soft B.
It's called catching the Bosflug when you stall in a corner.
Michael Keating on that 67 was able to get around Bosflug, battling it out with Alan Alford. I'm trying to remember right. I think Alan Alford.
Out of Florida. He's been around forever.
Yeah, yeah. Well, for years we just had the regular age classes. And then Jeff Emig and other guys started to come, and ex-pros are winning all the age classes. So they actually changed a few of them. They made 30 a BC-only class. So ex-pros were not eligible for the 30 BC. I think Alfred might have been the one that won that the very first time we had a BC back to the true amateur ranking. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, he's running in 5th right now, battling it out with Keating. You're watching Earl May, the number 4. He is 3rd. And Barry Karsten able to get the better of May this time. I've seen some tremendous battles between those two, both here and at Daytona. But Barry's got him covered today. And, Earl May had a big crash last year, I think, right?
He came in injured, or did he even show up at all? He was messed up.
He had to race. He couldn't. He was like straight out of the hospital. I'm racing. He could not ever not race Loretta's.
His Camelback was an IV, actually.
He did to go around the track with him.
Yes, with
little wheels.
A little cart with a little metal stand that holds the IV. A sidecar.
Always squeaky. These things are never quiet.
One squeaky wheel. Look at the normal names here. No riders, no jets. It's John, Donald, and Stan. Really?
John, Barry, Earl, Michael,
Ralph,
Don,
Mark.
There's Troy Lee back in 32nd. How about that?
That's awesome, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
That means Troy Lee, there are no exceptions. He went straight up, qualified, went to the area, went to the regional. It's not easy to do.
No, very tough. Huh? No Ionic Gear Company provisional written in the rule book. No, none of that. So we'll have to hit up John Gruey on the podium, see what his dating status is, so we can kind of help plug that, get him out here in the ranch, get him out and about, give a location.
Champion available.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy could be the #1 plate holder by the end of the weekend. He could be yours.
It could be all yours.
Who won this class last year?
He won it last year.
No #1 plate, though.
I'm pretty sure he won
#1 plate's just too heavy.
The weight of the #1 plate. About 3 laps into this thing, just now settling in. Gruey's got his heart rate up to about 85. Good Lord, that guy went all the way across, almost cut the front wheel. There's Gruey, he's gone. He's 11 seconds out front of Barry Karsten. Barry behind Mike LaRocco has to be one of the longest tenured pro riders with a national number. We're talking almost 20 years that he kept a national number. So the defending champ out front, John Gruey, he would ride more classes if you'd let him. He would ride every vet class. Like down at Mini O's, if it says vet or plus in front of him, he's absolutely in it. Turn those lips all red, man. You look good on the podium. You will look awesome. All right, there's a good look at Gruey and the Fox Racing Kawasaki setup. That guy gets it done, dude. Lap number 4 is what we're working on. He's already lapped up. He's just lapped himself.
John Gruey and Barry Karsten are just, they're next level in this plus 50 class. They had 208 and a 210, and the next best after that
217
is Don Bosflug back in 4th. Yep. So, and that's a big gap.
No disrespect to that guy. Those dudes are really just awesome.
But you gotta think that Barry Karsten, he's just been riding nonstop for like, he probably has logged more laps than anybody
active
on the whole
no
planet
doubt, ever. Short of Barry Higgins.
Yes.
Barry Higgins was racing at the turn of the century. Last century, not this one, the one 100 years prior. He was racing then.
There were horse engines then.
Yes. The steam-driven motorcycles.
Yes, the steam-driven motorcycles. As they're dumping coals into it.
That's right.
Burn down.
All right, under the Red Bull Arch, heading down the freeway towards the 10 Commandments, the number 70 of John Gruey lifts the front wheel up, selects the line that will put him past another lapped rider, 14 seconds out front. A 2:07 for John Gruey on lap 4. He's getting better, Jimmy.
He is. Starting to stretch it out even further. Barry Carson, I think that's one of those things where you drop your time a little bit if you're in second. You're thinking, I'm going to catch him.
I'm getting him.
And then they rise up, and now you're losing even more time you were before. But we're watching the RacerTV.com screen up here, and man, I'm used to going to the Outdoor Nationals and doing that, presenting this year, the announcing, and I am just amazed on how rough this track is and how gnarly the ruts are. Outdoor Nationals, it's like the pro bikes, they develop so much of a different line. When this, with all the different levels of riding, the track is just rough from the start of the straight to the end of the straight. Every single inch of this track is
There's
just
nowhere to rest.
No, it's torn up. So definitely a big challenge for the riders just getting around this track, especially being over 50 years old. I don't think I'd have any part of that.
I want nothing to do with that. And how often do these guys get exposed to a racetrack that is this rough? You don't run a local, even a regional size event that is this haggard out. I mean, it's hammered out. It looks like Wes Kane after a night at the club, just blown out. You wake up and turn the lights on, you're like,
ridiculous.
What happened?
In a Ninja Turtle costume in the morning, he doesn't know where he's at.
Unicorn in there and a roll of plastic and peanut butter all over the place.
I've seen it.
What happened? I've seen it.
My brother, obviously, he was out there in plus 30 this morning, and I was talking with him, and he was just like, the ruts and the track and this and that, and it's so, you cannot duplicate a track, a national track, whether it's a pro motocross national or amateur national. You got to have that many bikes to make that many bumps, and it's tough for these guys to show up here and go for it.
As we continue to watch the number 70 of John Gruey work his way through lap traffic. Let's see, he just passed number 11. That guy's in 29th.
I think he could fit on a Super Mini.
John would give
I think he could
Styles
Ty
Robertson a run.
Yeah, Ty Masterpool. I watched that moto on my phone when I was in the Uber. The TM of Ty Masterpool.
Yeah, he was ripping on that, wasn't he?
He was shredding on that thing. It's amazing.
You know, something that I noticed, guys, in this particular Masters 50-plus class, and something that we haven't seen, I think, in years recent, is the gaps. I mean, they're pretty big. I mean, you've got the big gap between John Gruey and Carson of 15.3 seconds right now. You got 41 seconds back to Michael Keating in the third place position, and May, who was in third, some 40 seconds or so, now in fourth, another couple seconds back. Now, normally we see these front four runners in these age division classes. They always seem to be a little bit more tight knit. But this last couple of years, man, John Gruey has really raised the level of competition, raised the bar, so to speak, and I think this is what we're seeing out of it, man. I mean, total decimation of the field, and he is the man at command of it all right now.
I think it's really tough in the plus classes because if you can have a job that is kind of revolving around riding where you can get out on your bike a couple times a week, it's such a big advantage.
Yeah.
Being in injury situations throughout my career, taking months off the bike and then coming back, the amount of feel and the amount of laps it takes on a dirt bike to get that feel that you want and to feel comfortable and confident to push is just countless laps. And I think these guys in the plus class, if they can get on the bike a couple days a week, that is huge for any of them. Most of these guys are just working normal jobs, maybe racing 4 times a week, and then showing up here and battling it out. So
yeah, and
good for all these guys.
If I'm not mistaken, I think John Gruey is a machinist or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. He's got if I'm not mistaken, I think that's what he told me there last year, year before. But regardless, he said he's got a very understanding boss, you know, one that allows him the opportunity to, and that's another thing you got to have, you know, not only, you know, the job, obviously, but you got to have a good job that has an understanding boss or bosses that will allow you the time to go out and do this stuff. I mean, because like you said, you mean a couple days a week you got to ride, plus on the weekends you got to go racing. They're not always just around the corner if you're looking for competition anyway.
I think most of these people out there in these plus classes probably have their own businesses, and they don't have to answer to a boss, because at the end of the day, if you go up to your employer and you say, hey, I'm going to be taken off for 8 days. I'm going to go do a motocross race where I'm going to, you know, be putting myself in a little bit of a dangerous situation to come to work on Monday. They're going to look at you and say, no, you're not. You know?
You either better be very, very, very good at what you do, or
exactly.
like you say, own your own business.
Yes. But these guys out here battling hard, and John Gruey, man, he is just on another level on these guys. Barry Carson lap time seemed to be dropping. He is 20 seconds behind Gru right now, running a 2:14. Gru still down below the 2:10 mark at a 2:09. So
I can remember times when I seen Gruy just struggling, not necessarily struggling, but fighting and battling just to try to make a podium position, let alone take a win, man. I mean, in the last 3 years, 4 years, we've seen that transformation for the number 70. I think last year's when things really, really clicked. Look at him go now. He's just looking around and sees the white flag out, and it's going to turn to checkers here, and he just kind of motoring his way along. He had a near 20-second lead over Barry Karsten, and see, that's what I'm talking about. We're talking, and you talk about the amount of laps that Barry Karsten logged. How often do you see Barry Karsten 20 seconds behind anyone, man? I mean, that's crazy.
Barry Karsten, I think he's got quite a bit of an age gap on Gru though. Didn't Gru just turn 50?
Gru turned 50 last year, I think, the day before the Amateur National Motocross Championship. So he's
Barry
51.
Karsten, I think once you get up there in that age, it's kind of it's a little bit. It can be a little bit brutal. Oh, there it is. 31 right here on this front street. Barry Karsten. Oh, hey, Barry's 50 as well, so no excuses.
There you go.
Gru, no excuses. Barry Karsten down there.
You're trying to make one for him, weren't you?
I was trying to help him out because I raced OBC down at the Winter Ams when I was first turning amateur pro, so I was on his side. But John Gru actually older.
Yeah.
And,
only by a year, but again, you know. The track, you know, the starts. There's a lot of variables.
So what you're saying, he's a year older, so he's a little bit more experienced.
That's it, experience.
Yes. So experience
pays
is where
off.
John Gru got Barry in this moto, but we'll see if he can't rebound in moto number 2, take that top spot away from number 70, but it is not looking promising.
Michael Keating back in the number 3 spot. That was 54 seconds back. So that tells you the tail of the tape there of what's going on in this Masters 50-plus class. 18.6 is the checkers between first and second. That was with Gruy just rolling across the final section. Michael Keating almost a minute back. I mean, not taking anything away from those guys. There's Earl May also right behind Michael Keating. Only a half second, so he was pushing there. That was pretty good.
That's almost a minute back from second. Not to mention Gru, who was 20 seconds ahead of that.
Wow,
you know,
yeah.
So
okay.
Crazy.
Yeah, that is. So congratulations, John Gruy, man, to a whole new level. He has brought this Masters 50-plus class, and Jason Wygant is to have a word with him.
All right, we are down here. Ladies, here it is, folks. Another win in the 50-plus class for John Gruy. Kevin Kelly scouted this out. He said you are available for all the ladies out there.
Yeah, I'm single, but, you know, whatever.
Why are you not running the number 1 plate?
I don't know. I just think, you know, 70's my number, and that's what I'm recognized with, and I just like to do that. I don't really want the target. So, you know, I'd just rather run 70 and have people know who it is.
Okay, but you are the champion last year, right?
Yes, sure.
All right, so these guys are coming after you. How'd that moto go?
It went good. I don't know if I got the start. I don't think I did. I was just edged out, but I came out with the lead, so that was good. And just try to be smart and safe out there. It's rough and awesome at the same time, you know.
Cool. Who do you want to thank, John?
Definitely Team Babbitt's, Kawasaki, Amsoil, guys at Fox hooking me up this week. It's amazing. FMF, Twin Air, Guts Racing, seat covers, Bell Helmets, Renthal, guys at Decal Works, and definitely Flying Colors for painting some real sick helmets. And, you know, man, factory connection suspension, it's just this track, you need it.
All right, there's John Gruy, another win in 50-plus. Let's hear it for him. All right. Second place. Here he comes. I don't need even to tell you what he's riding or his number. Everybody already knows. It's number 31 on a Suzuki. Second place in the moto goes to Barry Costin. Yeah, take a load off here, okay? I like it. Hey, you've been back here at the ranch for quite some time now. Have you gotten the gold yet? Have you gotten the moto win?
No. Thanks.
Still hasn't happened?
Hasn't happened.
A lot of these silvers and bronzes.
A few of them, not a lot. A few.
Oh, not as many as you want, probably.
Oh, of course not.
Okay, so you're going to get one? You're going to make this happen?
Yeah, I didn't get a great gate pick. Everybody knows I started on the outside. I don't know what I came out, maybe 6th or so, but you got to start ahead of John to run with John, so everybody knows that.
All right, yeah, you'll be back, try it again. Yeah. Who do you want to thank, Barry?
Oh, again, Bromley Suzuki, the Suzuki people with their Suzuki Contingency and the Arm Army. And basically, the Arm Army is, you guys signing up for Contingency, and me and my son make a lot of money in Contingency. So we don't
make a lot of Suzuki Contingency money. You don't say. I would have never have known this.
Yeah, it pays for our bikes, it pays for our parts, and I know a lot of people complain about that. So get on a Suzuki, a Arai helmet, Scott goggles, FMF pipes, Sunstar sprocket decal, KPS. I mean, my bike's working real good. I just got a bad start, so hopefully the next one goes good. My new Answer gear, my family's here. I have a full-time job, just like most everybody, and I just have fun doing this.
Awesome. Always good to see you out here. Barry Karsten, second place in the 50-plus class. It's got the RCH logo on there. Maybe they're going to make a late pickup. We got a whole shot winner. Rodney Carrier, come on up. I think you've gotten some of these before, haven't you, Rodney? All right. This guy knows how to pull starts at Loretta's. Let's hear it for Rodney Carrier, your Bell Helmets Whole Shot Award. Yay. Yeah. Very good. You're going to work at Sears or something. Okay, so Rodney, how'd you get that start?
Got around the first corner first.
Oh, okay.
Looks like Jason's having a little bit of technical difficulty down there, but
Congratulations.
we got our Bell helmet.
Hey, it's back.
There we are.
You might have to wiggle it a little bit, Jason. The microphone.
Check 1, 2. Hey, that actually worked. Okay, well, that probably works in many, many avenues of life.
More wiggling.
Mike.
Wiggle it.
Pretend it's your shake weight, Jason.
Not.
Stand by. We'll get you another one.
So he has Michael Keating down there, third place in the plus 50 class, and Jason can't talk, so if he wants to just move his lips around, pretend like he's the one over the speakers right now. But great job for Michael Keating. Looks like he's wearing Answer gear. I'm going to name some of his sponsors off I can see. Riding a Yamaha out there. So awesome job in Moto number 1. Ooh, looks like Jason's doing a little bit of laundry for him, brushing his knees off, getting that dirt.
Check. Hey, we're back. Let's see how long. Michael Keating, not Michael Keaton, takes third place. It's your first time here? Yeah. And you're on the podium in your first shot.
Yeah, first time here ever, and I just turned 50 a few months ago, and some buddies were like, man, you need to do Loretta. And I'm like, yeah, I've never been there. I need to go check it out. And so I see what I've been missing. This is an awesome setup. Want to thank everybody that put on the track here and everything, that's doing all the work, the flaggers, all those backstage people. Thank you very much, because I know you guys couldn't do it without us, but we also could not do it without you guys.
Wow, I think you've been rehearsing for this. Considering your first shot, that's pretty good. Who do you want to thank, Michael?
I want to thank my wife, because, of course, all the support. My daughter's here. She's turning wrenches for me this weekend. That's my oldest, Lindy. I've got 2 more kids at home, Jeffrey and Michelle. And my parents are rooting for me online. And, all the people that have helped me out. JM Racing, I work there, and suspension do there. And so, the JM motor and suspension working good. I'm riding a 125, so the motor is working really good, and so is the suspension. And, I couldn't have done it without JM. MX Girl Graphics made up my decals. Tucker Rocky, Rep, Mike Hill, he set us up with some awesome gear. And, and my training studio is Healthy Life Unlimited. And Antique Twister, they make casual clothing. And we're parked over there on the bottom of Stagecoach Hill if you want to come check out their stuff. My beautiful daughter's sporting some of their gear right now.
All right, there we go. We got a model. Very good. Bring her up on the stage if you want. All right, congratulations, Michael Keating. Hey, welcome to the show. Welcome to Loretta's. I don't know if it'll always be that easy. Yeah. That's our 50-plus class. Daughter's turning the wrenches. That's what it's all about here at the amateur ranks. Take it away, Jimmy.